Hey guys, this is Corey Brennan. You know what the fuck you're listening to, the Poor Man's Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here, still at 565. We didn't leave. We are here with Scott Tady from Beaver County Times, reporter of entertainment, food, and beverage, correct?
Things I hear you like.
There we go. All of the things I like.
Right.
Those are all of them. Yeah.
Well, a tough guest to follow. She was giving away coupons or free dinners.
Gift cards.
Yeah, burgers.
No, I would have brought like 4 tickets to Rage Against the Machine or something.
Oh my God,
my.
that would have been awesome.
I would have
Not
needed,
to be a one-upper.
I needed at least one of those.
I love a burger, but I love Tom Morello.
I like a lot more. No,
We could get a smash burger on the way to go see.
Fuck, we stop it all at
There you
Oak
go.
Hill and
Is
then,
Rage Against the Machine coming to town soon?
Next month?
Oh, no way.
Hey, I mean, it was a 2020 show. We're finally going to get to
Oh, really?
who are
Do
they
you see?
coming
Are
with?
there a lot of shows
And
that
Run
got
the Jewels is
postponed?
the opening act.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who?
Run the Jewels. Great
Oh, no shit.
That's going to be the show.
Killer Mike and
Yeah.
they're really good. I like them. They're like two guys, the Killer Mike and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they're pretty good. But yeah, we have Scott in here. As I said, reporter from Beaver County. Beaver is actually where we all met each other.
We love Beaver County.
Got to be a good story there.
Oh yeah, well,
Oh yeah, plenty
let's see.
of good stories there.
I still
There's
work out at the Wooden Angel
years
there.
of good
Oh,
stories.
okay.
Yeah. So I worked there, and my former coworker lived beneath Chey at the time. So that's how I met Chey. Actually, I met Chandler before that because of another coworker at the Wooden Angel.
Correct.
So I know both of you because of working at
Of
the
the
Wooden
Angel, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know a lot of my friends because of the Wooden Angel,
Visit the
honestly.
Angel. Me too.
which can't get much closer to Beaver County Times, really.
I literally, yeah. I think you can spit onto the Angel from where you are.
Yeah.
They have the outdoor dining there.
Yeah, we do
Angel,
now. We
yeah.
we just put in the patio, and
It's nice, too.
it's just in time for it to be 104 degrees almost every day.
With 15 degrees of humidity,
Yeah.
might I add.
But at least we have a cross-draft win from Robert's Roadside. So.
Oh, yes. That stinky smell is amazing.
This is great. Well, you know what? We don't have a lot of Beaver County talk. We always have the Bellevue talk, but like I said, this is kind of
Honestly, I'm
our
happy
roots.
to talk about the hometown, you know?
Yeah. So Scott, are you from Beaver, or how did you get involved? I
Up in
guess
the
in
South
that area.
Hills. I'm a South Park guy.
Yeah.
You know, right golf club swing away from Bethel Park. But I've been working the Beaver County Times since 1993 and entertainment since 97. It's home now.
Yeah.
Consider it home. But, I still come back to Allegheny County all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long you said you've been with them since 93. How long have you been
If
writing?
you're doing the math, I was a 6-year-old child prodigy when I started.
yeah. I was going to say, yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I mean, so I just celebrated my 25th year covering entertainment for the Times. So for the past 25 years, I've been writing about music, doing interviews with touring artists, and but now starting 2 years ago, I did a restaurant and dining and food and drinks column as well, especially in Beaver County. But I've been doing a lot of that, and as you guys were talking in the last segment, people love that. That is the most popular thing in the world right now.
Oh, yeah.
To talk about dining.
Yeah.
Our numbers are through the roof on how many people are reading this dining column.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I was going to ask how you kind of felt between. Do you prefer one versus the other?
Entertainment's more my wheelhouse,
Yeah.
but we're in a business there. They're counting clicks and likes and shares, and there's a little bit of job security there. So I'll write about your new pizza place, sure. But I need to get to the point where I'm getting free food. I haven't gotten to that level yet.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Well, come on out to the hotel. We're not quite in Beaver County, but you come out to the hotel, I'll give you some free food.
Which hotel?
Give you some tacos. The Hotel and Rosa's Cantina. It used to be the Sewickley Hotel. We have rebranded as just the hotel because they didn't have best reputation. So we're changing things.
I was just there, me and the GF over the weekend. Naughty Taco at Sewickley.
Oh,
It's really cool. Outdoor dining as well.
yeah.
And,
How was the food down there?
killer, really good.
Come down to the hotel. We got better tacos.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Well, there's a arts walk. What do they call it?
That's
the night
like
mart.
that's on
Friday.
this Friday and Saturday. I think it's both days.
You hook me up Friday then? Maybe
I'll try, but I suggest coming Tuesday to Thursday because I feel like we're gonna get lit up
Slammed.
those nights. Yeah.
Yeah, you were just talking about the covers you were putting out over the weekend. It
We did.
sounds like it's nonstop over there.
We did like 300 just for dinner on Friday.
Wow.
Just for dinner.
That's awesome.
We did another couple hundred for lunch.
So people go and just eat, like you don't have to stay there? Like people just go and dine?
Yeah, it used to be a hotel in like 1960 something.
Yeah.
No longer is it a hotel.
Oh, it's not a hotel.
It's
It's
just
a
a restaurant. Yeah.
Okay.
And a cantina, quote unquote. We have an outside bar with an outside kitchen, kind of, where we that's where I cook all our tacos and shit.
That's cool. Okay, I'm glad I know that because I didn't know that before.
Super sick. Come down. It's a good time.
Definitely.
So
Nice.
yeah, so you said you were writing with them from '93, and then do you have kind of an era where you liked the most? Was it like in the '90s? Do you like kind of some of the 2000s, early 2000s? Do you see entertainment kind of changing? Do you like following the way it changed? Do you see, I'm going to ask 7 questions. Do you see kind of like things coming and going, the ebbs and flows, or,
Oh, yeah. And I never want to be these guys. It was so much better back in the day.
Yeah, right.
I never want to be that guy. But let me tell you, in the early 2000s, we go cover a concert like at Star Lake. Some point during the show, someone will walk up to us and hand us the set list. I mean, no one had setlistfm.com back then, so we were getting a hand set list, and they would send us a little piece of paper that had the attendance that night. Actually, so we could put that on my review, right? Ever since Live Nation took over, that's like top secret information, how many people were at the show. So I have to guess every time how many people there. And gotten fairly, I guess, good. No one complains how off I am. But so
that seems like such a weird thing to keep a secret.
Yeah,
of all things, like why. That.
But I tell you, ever since the pandemic, it's been easier than ever to get interviews, to get people on the phone, to the point I'm actually turning down some artists.
Oh, really?
I guess there's fewer people doing what I do, and I don't know. Or somebody, it's so competitive right now. Everybody's touring because they had those 2 years where they weren't. So it's competitive out there. But I could do an interview a day if I had to. But it's kind of cool. But then you have to find the time to write it.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, that with all the shows from 2020 getting canceled, and you see a lot of those coming out. You were just talking about Rage Against the Machine, but you see a lot of these bands coming back. And are things seeming to open up as big as they were before? It seems like things, at least entertainment wise, it doesn't seem like the restrictions are too bad anymore.
Yeah, no one seems to get worried about that, and it seems like the smaller venues are doing really well. The Mr. Smalls, the Roxy's, like 1,000 capacity. Star Lake, I don't know if they're still getting up to the level they did before. Maybe for some of the weekend country shows. PPG Paints Arena, they are masters at getting people in the building. They must give tickets away at the end because you never see empty seats.
Yeah.
They want you buying the $10 beers, right?
Oh,
so
right. You got to
find
get
a way
the
to
food
get
or
in
whatever.
there.
Yeah.
But the one I've noticed at Star Lake there, I just was there the other day, and it was good to be back, I got to say. I saw the Lumineers, and I just love an outdoor show, that whole setting there.
Yeah, they were there at camp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I got to see camp.
I wish I would have gone
That's
to
a good, that's a good combo right there.
What's all the buzz about these guys? Get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was you. I saw the post that you had from that, and I was like, I didn't know. I was disappointed to see that I missed out that concert. I would have loved to have gone to see that. Do you have a favorite kind of venue from over the years?
I do like the Roxy. It's only a couple years old, McKee's Rocks. I just like the feel of it, and you can sit in the seats, or you can stand down general admission. Mr. Smalls is good unless it's too crowded. Then there's been times I've been standing in the doorway, literally, to be able to see what was going on. So not huge on that, but there's nothing about an arena show. I love the sound of the arena, PPG Paints Arena. When the sound person's doing their job correctly, that's just the best acoustics, I think.
Yeah.
And Stage AE outdoor is a good time too.
Yeah, I always like Stage AE. Well, the outdoor, like you were saying. Yeah. I like the outdoor, kind of being in the city, but also, not being, in the breathing city. Other people's breath either. Not that I'm like grossed out by that, but like, I mean, you could be too close.
Yeah. There's definitely
if you're on top of each other, it's better if you're outside.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I want to know about like the most famous people that you've met.
Oh, Taylor Swift twice. And the funny story was the first time I met her, I didn't take a picture with her. This was like 2007. We weren't quite in the selfie age. So for like the next 10, 12 years, I was kicking myself. And why didn't I get my picture with? No one believes me. I met her. So I got to meet her in her last tour here. She got me backstage. I told her that story. She goes, well, come here. She grabbed me, pulled me in tight, and said, all right, take the picture. Look at the camera guy snap. And that's why it's in my Facebook picture forever.
Yeah.
But there's been some bad. I met Mark Wahlberg, interviewed him, and the look on my face is so embarrassing. I'm like totally fanboying of Mark Wahlberg. I don't know.
He's the dude.
Yes.
He's the dude. That's why.
John Hamm. I met John Hamm. Well, he's a good looking guy. Carrie Underwood I've interviewed. Kevin Bacon. It's a pretty cool list. And
are people just like, I mean, you want to believe that everybody's like super nice, and you want to believe that everybody's like super welcoming, even though that they're famous and like, they're huge. Is it like that? Like, are they just as nice as what you want to believe they are?
Most of them are. I will tell you who the biggest dick to me was, without a shadow of a doubt, Lou Reed.
Oh,
Lou Reed
that doesn't sound like Lou Reed.
He was and I love his music. Don't get me wrong, but it was at the Warhol Museum, and he had a photo exhibit. So he was showing off his. I did my homework. I got there early. I studied his photos. I wasn't going to ask the first question. What was it like? Singing Sweet Jane. Yeah. I had like 10 questions about what was upstairs. Yeah. I started asking him. He's giving me like one-word answers. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just being to the point, his manager was in the corner, like hiding his face from me because he was so embarrassed for how Lou Reed was treating me.
Right.
Wow.
So that was a rough one.
Oh, no.
I do a lot of phone interviews. Vince Neil was a jerk to me once. But,
it's weird because everyone you're saying is like, Vince Neil seems like the type. Yeah. Lou Reed seems like he's never not awful to people. Yeah. Lou Reed just seems like the most like I don't think he's ever smiled in his life.
Who are you like the most nervous? Like what? Like do you know before you're going to meet these people that you're going to meet these people?
Usually, yeah.
So who were you like the most like worked up to meet? Like I think I would I would freak myself out every single time.
For some reason, I don't know why. It was Billy Joel. I got backstage and there was a group of people in front of me, and they're all saying hi, and I was the last person in line. I got to him. I just went like, I love your music. Thank you. And he was like, okay, good. Security. I don't know why. I just looking at Billy Joel, and he wouldn't make my top 20, maybe top 50, but I just lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like the confused reaction is almost worse than like, okay, get out of here, guy. Okay.
What's actually happening here? Who are you?
No. Yeah. No. Every time I hear his song, I go right back to that.
Yeah. You immediately are back there.
A do-over.
Yeah. Is that worse than the Taylor Swift missed opportunity the first time?
Well, I got to rectify that thanks to her. Yeah. And she was absolutely lovely. I interviewed her by phone when she had her first song out, that Tim McGraw song. And she was like still in high school practically. She was like 17 years old, and so she's always been good to the media.
Well, I was going to say, if you said 2007, because I know Taylor Swift's age because she's exactly to the day 1 year older than me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so she probably would have been like 17 or 18 then, because I would have been 16. So
I hate her, man.
Yeah, that would have been right when she was kind of blowing up, like the country style before the pop.
Yeah, so I didn't even think, okay, she was like the first of 3 acts. I think George Strait was the headliner. So it wasn't even, she wasn't super.
She's like an opening act.
You could kind of tell she was in that direction. But and then of course the local people. I got to interview Mac Miller on the telephone, which is a huge honor. I got to meet Wiz Khalifa once.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
Being from Beaver County, I'm sure you all have your own Donny Iris story. Everyone's Donny Iris.
Hey, he be playing down there Thursdays all the time, or used to be.
He's at Kelly's all the time.
Yes, he is. We love good. We love seeing a good Donny Iris in the wild. You know.
He's always there.
Sweetheart, isn't he? Just the nicest guy in the world. Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a regular Joe.
Yeah.
A regular Donnie, as some might say.
A regular Donnie. Who else local have you met?
Of course, Joe Grzecki I know pretty well. And then, I interview a lot of the people on the way. I interview with Buffalo Rose coming up. They're playing a show in Beaver.
Speaking of Beaver for like music and stuff, what kind of venues do you like outside of like Allegheny, not including like Star Lake and stuff like that, like Butler, Beaver? Are there things out there you like personally?
Starting 3 years ago, I began curating a concert series at Beaver Station. It's an old train station from 1905 or something.
I used to live across the street. Yeah,
yeah. And I've been surprised by the level of acts. We had like Sierra Sellers in there.
She's coming on next month here, and then I know you had Binley Hardware Company. John Binley was just on
Great
too.
pick. So I got to listen to both of those.
Yeah.
We had a Wreck Loose right when they were taking off. Cello Fury. So what we're finding, there are Brooke Annabelle. There are Pittsburgh acts that don't play Beaver County that often, and we just make it worth their while. They come up there and we have a great time. Byron Nash, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah.
I think I really like Cello Fury. I'm pretty sure I've heard them. I'm pretty sure somebody came into the doctor's office I used to work at and said something about listening to them, and I did, and I actually really, really enjoyed their music.
It's kind of fusion. It's kind of classical, but it rocks out as well.
How's that train station venue work? Is there a stage in there, or how?
They make one, but they have an indoor series, and now they have an outdoor series. At Buffalo Rose will be out, Joe Grzecki, and they do a lot of weddings, so they know how to do it right.
Right. I've only seen weddings there, so that's why I was curious.
And the curious thing, we took the gamble on this. It's a $30 ticket, but complimentary beer, complimentary wine, complimentary seltzers. And we were wondering, was that going to work, $30? And people will pay that, knowing I can have 4 beers, whatever like that. And then for Beaver people, it's a 5-minute drive home. We're not having to drive.
Absolutely.
Right.
Big fan of that. And you mentioned one of you guys mentioned Thursdays not too long ago. And I mean, everyone's done a Clark show with Thursdays. If they pack 800 people in a venue, they probably hold 600.
I was gonna say you can if you're just in Beaver, you can feel when the Clarks are playing. The ground is like shaking.
I used to live. So you know where the EMT, like where they keep all the ambulances in Bridgewater.
Yeah.
So I used to live across the street from that, and I used to be so fucking mad when it was the Clarks night, man, because my whole house would literally fucking shake. And I'm a chef. I work long hours, and I don't want to go see these fuckers. I know. I want to go to sleep, and my house is like moving. It's crazy.
Spoil me though. Like I don't want to go see them at Stage AE now. I don't want to share them with 5,000 people.
No, it's nice to have them over.
Talk to Rob after the show and have a drink with you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always something. Knowing the other service people in Bridgewater and like you when the Clarks are coming, it's like it's gonna be that.
It's like one of those nights. Yeah,
it's like Beaver Boom coming up. It's like one of those.
Yep.
Well, if you don't still live there, dude, because they got the Grumpy Beaver pub opening.
No, so I used to live. Yeah, I used to frequent. You know, they seem like they have a decent staff
over there.
It's all brand new. They're all
brand new staff,
people.
but I know a lot of the staff that just got hired and they've been doing what they do for quite some time.
Are they open?
I don't think so.
They're saying July 1st.
Something.
Yeah, 1st of July.
Hey, so let me ask you: do you know anything about the what is it down
the Standard?
Yes,
I've heard so many times they were close and they got pushed back. I know they were having supply chain issues.
Yeah,
they wanted to do the big garage doors.
Yeah.
That got held. What are you talking about? You know,
it looks like an airplane hangar.
Great
location.
It's sick. Yeah, it could be.
Where is it?
Sick.
What is it?
Like across from Jerry's Curb Service and Brewster's.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The
Standard.
right next to Kelly's.
where they're building.
They were supposed to open in like 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
And you all can vouch for this. And I tell my friends, like I said, I grew up in the South Hills. Come up to Beaver County. We have something that Pittsburgh and Allegheny County does not have. 3 side by side riverfront bars.
Yeah.
With music.
You start all the way down at Mario's. You get all schmammered up
at Mario's.
You get all schmammered up there. Then when you get all too schmammered up, you head up to Spanky D's because nobody gives a shit there.
Nobody.
And then
gives
you
a shit
make
there.
your way to Kelly's where they especially don't give a shit and it's free for all.
And then you go to the pier.
That's where you wrap it up. That's where you wrap it up, where everything's calm. You can still smoke cigarettes inside. God damn.
That's your selling point.
I literally went to the pier I lived in Bridgewater at that apartment for 3.5 years.
You
and
walked
I went
there in 5 seconds.
I went to the pier every single night of the week. Whether it was for 1 beer or 12. It didn't matter. I was at the pier. I love that place.
Dude, I love that.
Big shout out to the Hersteins for that one.
Their food's especially good too. Not gonna lie about that. The pier has some damn good food.
For bar food, it ain't bad. Wings are
Maybe we
wings are
should
good,
plan
they're
a poor man's podcast.
at the fucking pier.
We should plan a bar crawl. We could hit them all. Let's hit them all.
Come in.
All of us.
We could get
all 4 of us. Let's go. Bring all of Beaver County.
Oh, that would be a blast.
Shit.
The people would turn out
Beaver
for that.
County follows us bar to bar already.
That's what I'm saying.
There's some friendly people. I love a lot of people. Like I talk about Bellevue's being cool and stuff, but like Beaver is kind of like my home from home.
Oh yeah,
Damn straight.
And the people there, I
we
do
hang
like
out with at the
Beaver
bars
itself. Like there's some really awesome people. there.
I feel like I see you more in Beaver County than I do out here.
Yeah.
I work there. Yeah.
I see you out here once a week on Mondays, but I see you in Beaver County like a lot.
I love being out there. I love meeting up with the people like who we drink with.
It's great.
A lot of the business owners and stuff.
buddies.
But have good drinking buddies.
Yeah, but like the business owners, like the people that own those bars, the people that own the shops
I love
on
the
3rd
owners
Street, the people that own the restaurants.
true.
They're
Yeah.
like all those people are just really quality
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah.
And even in Rochester and stuff, like you go over there and you go to Hollywood Gardens and stuff. Frank over there, like they're all cool.
They're just blue collar
agree with that.
motherfuckers trying to get by.
Well, I can use your help. I've been trying for years to get something going on New Year's Eve, and finally Kelly's Saloon started doing it, but I want to have a Beaver drop on New Year's Eve.
No shit.
New York
Dude,
drops the
we
big
would
apple.
love
Let's
that.
do it.
Port Clinton, Ohio drops a big
Yes.
walleye. I want a big beaver dropping.
yeah.
at the stroke
Wait.
of midnight.
Can we do a catfish? I feel
It's
like
Beaver.
That's been done.
Okay.
There's a walleye in Port
Okay,
Clinton,
but
Ohio. It's
like-
got to be a beaver.
I feel like okay.
It got to the point. Kelly's has a fishing rod and
Yeah.
a stuffed beaver, but no, I'm picturing something bigger.
Scott, I don't know.
Clout you guys have.
Something.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
fucking do
The pool.
it. Let's fucking do it.
You know what? We don't need a house.
Honestly-
I'll make one myself, and we'll go do. We'll get enough
Yeah,
people
that's
there, and
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh,
Smoke 'em in there.
there's no I 100% feel like I could definitely get Marios to do it because I'm obsessed with his wife.
Well,
I love
dead
her.
ass. I think we can make.
Let
this
Pittsburgh
happen.
look
Let's
at
do
their
this.
future, whatever
There's
ball
no
go
way
up.
we couldn't
We're
get
bringing the
this to
Beaver
happen.
down to stroke
Fucking
them.
absolutely.
God damn it! I love
Like
it.
Beaver
the
County
owners know that we're
2023.
really good to their restaurants. Like we really are
facts.
good to their
Facts.
right. I mean, come on. We can
Well, yeah,
definitely have a
but
conversation.
well,
with
that's what I'm
them.
saying, and that's what I like about Beaver is I feel like more than like some of the areas even over here, like I think they take care of each other there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's
I wanted to try
absolutely
Valkyrie
right.
Donuts. I've heard so many good things about them.
Yeah,
Valkyrie is
I've
good.
heard-
They're
yeah,
gluten
I've heard
free
they're
and all
really
that
good.
stuff. Yeah,
I actually just met the owner at my restaurant the other day. He came for lunch or something.
oh really?
Yeah, and he told me to stop by. I haven't had time to, but
For some restaurant things around here, they're good. Have you tried Revival up here? I don't know if you've seen it. It used to be this. It's right on Lincoln Avenue in Bellevue. It's an old, I want to say, funeral home. That's why it's called Revival. And it's like this nice. It's really quality food. They have handcrafted cocktails. Like I got this. I think it was a sidecar, and it was like they described it as juicy, which I thought was kind of strange. It was like I don't know what it was. This was the best like martini I've ever had. This orange sidecar that I got there, but like they do nice steaks. They have a fresh fish or whatever. But I highly recommend it for something like outside of the city, but like you're gonna get the same quality of food. Like I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Good tip.
Nice.
oh yeah.
Are there any spots like because we were talking about Beaver and you're saying you're doing the food and beverage? Are there spots you see coming? I mean, it doesn't have to be Beaver; it could be all around. What places are you seeing? Are there any places opening up? Any on the rise that people should keep an eye out for?
I'm having fun. The last couple of weeks, we've been going actually across the border to Columbiana, Ohio. I'm doing a travel story with the idea gas costs $1 zillion a gallon. You want to go somewhere, fresh scenery for a quarter tank. There are these really awesome bars in Columbiana, Ohio. There's a Birdfish. There's a place called Sundog Wine. I don't know if you guys have been there yet.
Birdfish is amazing.
I've been hearing so much. I had the best Mexican lager I've ever had at a place called Ill Will. They use a jalapeno juice. It's part of the beer.
I like jalapeno.
Never thought of that. But it was a dry town until 2014. Now they have 3 craft breweries, a cider house, and a winery that have opened up in the last 7 years. So it's fresh. And it's like a half-hour drive from where I live. It's what it takes me to get to Wexford. So
Yeah, right.
my story will be in timesonline.com next week. But I'm telling people, you're looking for a day trip. It's a really awesome place.
I've heard a couple places they're out there. I can't remember what it's
What's
called.
that huge restaurant out there? They do some pretty
Homestead.
Good, yeah,
Homestead,
they do
and
some
that's
pretty
what I
good
was
stuff. I
thinking.
used to work at Biba with Jason, and Jason did some consulting at Homestead. I was out there a couple times with him to like help out and stuff. They do some good shit.
And you mentioned Birdfish. They have like pinball machines, and it's kind of a family atmosphere.
cool.
And you can bring the whole family. A lot of it's outside, and they have a beer inspired by the Black Keys. It looks like their second album.
Yeah.
I love a good date
I was going to say they're from Akron. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really high on this place. So I didn't go there until a couple weeks ago. Now, last couple weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's like you were saying. We're talking with the people from Beaver County. It's the same distance as it would be, if not shorter, than driving to the city here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
And
like
it's
the
it's
same.
the traffic's not going to be you're not going.
I can find a
through
parking space,
traffic
unlike
and-
Upper Lawrenceville. I can
Yeah.
It's all free parking in Beaver County. Holy shit!
Oh, I love that.
But Scott, are there? Well, let's get back to some of the entertainment because we've been talking about the food. Are there shows coming up that you can talk about, or have you talked to anybody recently that you'd like to talk about? Or any stories that you can kind of tease?
My interview's online now with Art Alexakis of Everclear.
Oh, okay.
They're playing the Meadows on Friday. I'm going to see Mandy Moore on Thursday. I had a ticket to her 2020 show, and damn it, I'm going to finally see Mandy Moore. Did a phone interview with her while she was in the car wash. All of a sudden, I heard this big loud noise.
That's sick.
And she said, I got to be honest, I'm getting my car washed right now. See her in a whole new light. But, I mentioned Roxy, and that's where she'll be at. July is really heating up. We like to go to South Park and Heartwood too. See the free concerts there.
Yeah.
It's just a good vibe. They have, I guess Black Dog Wineries this year, but they also have Hop Farm beer there. I just love standing in South Park. I grew up in South Park and just seeing whoever. I think Michael Franti's playing there this year.
Yeah.
And,
I keep mixing up the ones at the North Park and South Park, but Michael Franti and Spearhead is going to be there at one of them. I know Brent Denon,
Soul
Asylum.
Denon,
Yeah. There's some really like quality. Like it's not like go see this free band and you're like it's
Right,
just,
right.
No, these are like they have like labels that like Soul Asylum was like, in the 90s were huge. I mean, Runaway Train and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of people would know it. You might not know, Soul Asylum, but if they came on the radio, you would know two or three songs.
Their songs, yeah. Right.
And this Saturday is the WYP Summer Music Festival. I always like to go to that. I just like Shenley Plaza. That's a great place to see a concert. And I wish they had more concerts there, actually, Shenley Plaza. But Jukebox the Ghost is the headliner, kind of a power pop kind of group. And the band before them, I'm drawing a blank on their name, but they're like, they're kind of a neo-soul kind of group from Louisiana, so that's a good time. I mean, a free outdoor show is my jam. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and the way the weather's been, hopefully it holds out like this, but
it's been really great. Yeah.
Hopefully it's not blistering hot like it was today.
We had the worst of both worlds for the Harwood Acres, that show with the Ghost Hounds and Black Pumas, Jason Isbell. It was 90 degrees to start, and then we had to evacuate to our cars because it started raining at the end. It was like the worst of both worlds in Pittsburgh,
exactly.
but otherwise a great show. But
that is, I'm excited. Sorry, go ahead.
I got a question. You know the Cologés?
Yes.
Mrs. Cologé and Carly. I don't know Mrs. Cologé's first name.
Sally.
Yeah, Sally. Okay. I not grew up, but me and Carly are very close friends.
She's a great photographer.
Yes, she is. She's wonderful.
Believe it or not, I used to do a podcast. Me and my girlfriend did a podcast back in the day, and her daughter, Carly took the photos, and they were amazing.
No shit. Yeah.
Amazing photos.
She kills it. Carly K Photography on Instagram. She does weddings, events, all sorts of things. Big shout out.
Does she want to do video for podcast?
Quite truthfully, man, she probably doesn't have time. She is a hardworking. She is a bad.
Not even for best of the Burgh.
She might make an exception. She might make an exception, but I don't know, man.
Congratulations about that.
Thank you.
We'll have to ask her. But I had to ask that before I forgot. Before you,
she is
before you left.
Talented,
I've known Carly a long time. We've been close friends.
Her mother was a
while.
photographer. Still is where I work for probably 20-some years, 30 years. And her dad was the editor of the Newcastle
Oh,
News.
No shit. I didn't know that. I know her mom did stuff with Beaver County, but I didn't know.
Journalism people.
I don't. The older I get, the more that I love photography, or maybe I appreciate it more. But I just love it, and just like the process of doing it. I remember, I think when we had Suits on, he was saying something like, if you start taking pictures, you appreciate life more because you see things more beautifully. And I totally think that's true. I do. And anybody who can capture things in photography, I think that's such a talent.
You got such a cool space here too. This basement, it's kind of vibe about it. I like all the stuff on the walls, all the music pictures, the Prohibition pictures.
Yeah,
and,
they do. They do music here on Friday and Saturday, and then they do comedy here on Thursday. But yeah, they have some awesome guys that come in here too. Mm-hmm. I think actually there was some band that just started from Northgate High School. There's 16, 17-year-old kids, and they're doing this punk '90s sound. But they come in, but it's cool to see. I love that. You don't. I feel like you don't see kids as much starting bands anymore.
No,
they start their Twitch stream or whatever, and it's just different.
Start rapping on SoundCloud,
or have their their thing on their iPad,
shit.
which I guess it's a progression in a way, but like we were talking about the Black Keys, the original raw blues sound, distortion, it's not perfect, which makes it perfect.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. New shit's
I'm gonna steal that line.
But yeah, the Black Keys, of course. We were talking about some of the people you've interviewed. What are some of the better shows you've seen?
Oh, man. I break it down by decades. In the 80s, I was old enough to be in the 80s. The band Yes, I was a big progressive rock fan. The 90s, Rolling Stones, 99.
Yes
Civic
had
Arena.
the keyboards and stuff. They were known for, they had
artsy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stones in 99 was the best that decade. 2000s, probably U2, the Elevation Tour, 2001 was a religious experience. And I know some people get down on U2, but when they were on their game, they were amazing. In 2010s, it's a tie. Paul McCartney, the opening show at PPG Paints Arena. Yeah. And then Nick Cave did a show at the Carnegie Museum.
Fucking love Nick Cave so much.
That was just intense. He just never stopped, and he just has an intensity about him.
Yeah, this is such a strange Jesus Christ, Nick Cave. Yeah. What is it? Red Right Hand? Is that him?
That's not ringing the bell right away, but
okay. Never mind. I thought that was him with a red right hand.
That's the voice. He's got that deep.
Okay, yeah.
Voice
It's in Scream. It's in Dumb and Dumber. It's in movies and stuff. You would probably hear it if I heard it. But anyway, I would play foosball as a kid, and we would play that during the championship game all the time. So now I can't hear that song without getting like anxiety to my soul of like a championship game. Like it'll come on and the first thing you hear is like this bell in the beginning. It's like ding, and like I hear that like sweat starts. I'm sweating talking about it right now.
Some hardcore foosball.
Yeah, it
my
is.
God.
We would take
Chris's
stats.
family growing up was serious.
Oh yeah. Well, I was one of 5 like kids, and we were all very competitive. And we would take stats on everything. Like we would have football 2-on-2 games in the back, and we were keeping stats, and you would know.
Chris
Well, I had like
score over
6 yards
everything.
last game.
Well, I mean, with the less important, the more I make a big deal about it.
Yes.
Usually,
That's
like
true.
That's very true.
we're playing beer pong. I know all that.
way.
You know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you the science behind it. But Scott, anybody interested in finding any of your articles or any of your stuff, where can they find you online and all that?
First thing, when I get a news about a concert announcement, I tweet it right away. So definitely recommend following me on Twitter. It's just at my name, at Scott Tady. And my articles are run throughout the week, but my weekly columns every Friday, post around noon at timesonline.com. And it's just a mishmash of Beaver County, Pittsburgh entertainment.
Yeah.
Just let people know what's happening and what they can look forward to.
The one last thing I want to ask you about, we had Stephanie from Billie Jean Denim on here, and she had you in a picture, and I just wanted to know about your experience with Billie Jean.
I got to make my modeling debut thanks to her. She was awesome. Her photographer also off the chart.
Oh, yes,
Incredible
absolutely.
photographer. What's her name? Hola? I don't want to...
I can't remember. I apologize.
Yeah, but she does great work.
She
and
just
the
does.
way
She
she's
does, too.
taking that old school kind of denim and putting the patches on it. And for my gig, I got to use the Rolling Stones, the tongue and lips logo.
Yeah.
I wore that proudly, and she's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fantastic, but her photographer does rock.
Also good at promoting everyone as well. She's one of those people that trying to connect
She's supportive.
creatives in a way that makes you excited to do it. And,
That's my favorite thing about doing this is getting to meet people, and you know, it's usually like you. I would say, 90% of the people that I've had on, I still talk to pretty regularly, and I definitely try to support anybody. And Billie Jean Denim, I can't say highly enough. Stephanie she's so sweet, she's awesome, and she's the hardest worker out there, and she deserves, go out there, check out her stuff. She's awesome.
She is awesome.
Yeah.
her guy Alan's a good musician too.
And then they have stuff. I think there's some of their jackets are in Cord and Iron in Beaver. They just opened a new store. The people that do Cord and Iron are awesome too, and I can't speak highly enough about all of them. Mm-hmm. But Cheech, anything you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
Oh, good, baby. Good episode.
It's great to have you back. It's great to have
Happy
Chey
to
back.
be here.
Chey, we had Chey Cam on all day, and I didn't even touch
switch
it.
it
I gotta put it
once.
on right now because
We didn't switch
oh my
it
god,
once.
I
There
didn't.
we-
There we go.
We got the Shea Cam.
Chey Cam. So there we go.
Sound effects too.
Yeah, sound effects. We got everything. I'm good. I'm glad we did this for an hour, and I forgot about Chey Cam.
We did it for an hour and
That's
10
why we
minutes.
need to
That's
get.
always very
That's
important.
why we need to get another.
You get to
We
get a
need
close
that.
up
We
with
need
me.
we need the other person. Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely reach out.
We'll get there.
But Scott, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you all. It was a lot of
Thank
fun
you,
to
man.
watch the show before and
Yeah.
be part of this and
I'm happy to have you here.
do what I
man.
can to spread the word. But
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Chey. Anything you want to end on?
No, we just appreciate you being here. It's very interesting.
And
Hearing about other people's stories.
and for Michelle earlier, thank you.
Yes.
She's awesome. Follow her at Pittsburgh Foodie, Pittsburgh_Foodie_girls. She's going to be giving away, I guess, burger gift certificates this
Burger
week. So
gift
definitely
cards.
follow her.
Hell yeah.
Follow us.
Yeah,
Follow Scott.
absolutely.
And definitely follow him on Twitter. You said for the shows and all that stuff. For Cheech, for Chey, for Scott, I'm Chris.
Thanks for listening.
All I'm going to say is I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.